like how to make
not that anybody here
stump,
wants to make a bomb.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, this is all hypothetical. This is all hypothetical. Yeah, I got
a drone that could take down their whole air force. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dude, that one Ukraine strike would just cripple that whole country.
One episode from South Park could cripple that country.
For real, it does every time. Every time.
Yeah, that's the moral of this show is like if you can get free money, get free money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right answer.
Yeah.
That's the right answer. We give you nothing, and hopefully money comes from
We
it.
should be teaching kids tax evasion.
Honestly, physically, I'd probably rather have the kitten milk, but my pocket could use some of that dough from the Roundup lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? I've also been seeing videos for FIFO, fly in, fly out for Australia. Now
What's
that I said something, you're all gonna find it too. But you work in the mines. They start at like $100K a year though, with no training or anything like that, and they fly you in, fly you out. My son didn't talk till he was like 3 or 4, bro.
My
you know
my daughter
mean?
just started talking
I
last
knew
year. She's
everything
5.
that kid needed though.
Right.
Absolutely everything. Like
They think that these kids can talk to each other telepathically.
But first, a message from our sponsors. Today we have Clinton Mail. Are you tired of those pesky classified email documents that you just don't have the time to keep on protected government servers? Try Clinton Mail. Clinton Mail can detect when you're under investigation and when you're being raided by the FBI. Search and seizure? No more. Try Clinton Mail.
For $5 more, you can get the gold package, and it includes 1 bottle of Clorox bleach. And for the platinum package, for $20 extra a month, you can get thermite to cleanse all of your hard drives.
disclaimer: failure to make timely payments may result in an accidental death.
Hillary Clinton made us put that in.
Yeah, we all know what that means by accidental death.
So welcome to the SUPWITH Podcast. You got your host, Dillin, and
Russell, what's good?
And today, for the first time, we have Corey, aka Big Man. He is an ambassador, a collaborator, a community manager of Sock Puppet NFTs and the Green Pill Collective. Now, that might sound like a lot of words, especially if you don't know a lot about maybe blockchain, Bitcoin.
Yeah, Web3, you know what I'm saying?
Web3.
NFTs, all that jazz, you know what I mean?
So you maybe want to take us through just, what does that mean? Like for, somebody that has no idea what Bitcoin is. What is
real quick, just like brief summary. It's a decentralized form of currency. So basically, me, you, your mom, your dog, everybody can have a little piece of the pie. It's kind of like owning a fractionalized share of a company, but the company is not owned by any one particular person, more like a credit union almost, you know what I'm saying? And that's just to summarize it, keep it kind of brief. To dive into NFTs a little bit, they're digital forms of art basically, but they can be used in a lot of different ways that provide utility. So you can token gate things that allows like only a certain demographic of people who participate in buying your art that can access let's say a certain page on your website or all these other things. So there's a lot of different utility to it. Basically the strongest thing that I like to say is that crypto in particular and Web3, blockchain, all that stuff, it brings the power back to the people, by the people, for the people, and that's how it should always be.
I like that. I like the decentralized things. That's one of my favorite things about blockchain and Bitcoin. As confusing as it may be, once you get everything, centralized by the government, that's how they've been able to manipulate our, currency, and why we have so much inflation, and we have these fiscal policies that keep driving up the price of everything while we have almost no value to our dollar to be able to buy anything.
No, right. Every year, inflation over the last like 5 years, it's like what, 30% of the buying power of the US dollar is gone.
Yeah.
Like if you had put that in Bitcoin, you'd be up like fucking 5 years, probably over 100% right now, if I had to guess. Yeah, because we're reaching like 120K right now, man.
Yeah,
it's going up.
I remember I knew somebody in high school. He was mining Bitcoin in like 2009, dude. This is
right around when it started. Yeah,
and but he was also selling a lot of drugs, and so he got raided. They took the computers, everything. So he was telling me, he's like, bro, like I had a Bitcoin, or like he had.
Yeah,
in 2009.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's 120K right now, 118K like right now today.
He'd be sitting on that.
Yeah, exactly.
I
mean, unless he sold it at 50, you know what I mean? Because it took a little while for us to get here. Now we were at 50K a few years back, and we went up to like 60, 75. There's been a lot of fluctuation on it though, from like zero, literally nothing. You could go onto a website and claim it from a faucet. That's what it's called. It would basically go do a CAPTCHA, and you would do the CAPTCHA, and then boom, you'd be able to claim 5 Bitcoin. Like it was really that simple. Originally, that was their distribution phase. If you go
my
look
God.
at the white paper and shit. Yeah, sorry.
So much
I could go
money
on
in
for
it.
a while. Yeah.
And then there's one more thing is Solana. I recently they've been like in the news a lot. And if am I saying it right? Solana?
Yeah, Solana. Yep.
So I bought some of their stock. I was like, and it's going up. So this is like an exchange for.
So Solana is actually a token. It's its own cryptocurrency. Did you buy it through Robinhood or like? Sorry, I don't want to dox you on that or not.
I'll have to look into this afterwards. Maybe I didn't buy
SOLONA.
Solana. I bought something that's trading on. it was trading.
Yeah, so
on
Solana's its own. Solana's its own blockchain. That's where my NFTs are held, or Sock Puppet NFTs. Actually, that's where they're held. And basically, that's just its own native token. So Solana is on its own blockchain. It has a native token, and Solana is that token. It's worth around $190, $200 right now. I've seen it as low as $75.
Yeah, I did not buy that.
So
I
maybe
meant something else.
Maybe it was a holding company that purchases different stuff too.
Maybe,
yeah.
It was like $17, and now it's like 22.
Yeah, no, you got to be really careful too, because there's a lot of companies out there and stuff, right? That will say, like Robinhood, for example. Previously, you could buy Bitcoin through Robinhood, but it was never really in a wallet. So it was like FTX. I don't know if you heard about the FTX scam.
Oh yeah.
It was, yeah. So it was like very similar to FTX, except they actually owned the Bitcoin to back it up. So when they finally made it so that you could hold a wallet, that you can connect and get your Bitcoin from Robinhood now.
That's crazy. Russell, you got any Bitcoin?
No, I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Well, if you would,
Yeah,
if you
same.
had Bitcoin.
I think that's the biggest problem is cash in hand, right? Everybody needs a little cash in hand in order to be able to purchase stuff. And it's crazy nowadays, though. You can go use an email address and a credit card number, and you can buy Bitcoin, or you can buy any type of crypto you want. It's insane.
Yeah, I think crypto and all this is going to be the way of the future. And it's I feel like we're in like the 90s and internet is rolling out. And half of me wants to be like, I don't want to learn it.
Yeah, no, exactly, dude. I took that class with the Decentral Brothers. They're out of Colorado. They're a registered company. They're certified, all that jazz. It was 18 weeks. It was three days a week, 6 hours a day. Dude, I learned so much from that class, though. Like, I can build websites now. I can build wallet connectivity, so I can make payment systems and stuff for all this. I know how to do smart contracts with Solidity. A lot of this, sorry, you probably don't know. Definitely do some research, man. Check out XRP. Check out all these other things. I'm gonna just throw some names out there for y'all, but there's a lot to digest. And generational wealth. Everybody understands that, right? So you can understand generational wealth and putting the power back in your hands, P2P. That decentralized aspect. That's the strongest thing. Musical artists, physical artists, even pottery or any of these other things, everybody in every industry can benefit from crypto, in my opinion. But
I feel like it used to be a lot more like the wild, wild west, and you didn't know if you put in money today if it would be gone the next day.
Exactly.
But now more and more countries are actually running their entire, the country is based off of cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, a reservation.
It's more mainstream. Right? BlackRock's talking about it. Yeah, president's talking about it. So it's more of a stable, I feel.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. So Larry Fink with BlackRock, actually, he's been purchasing Bitcoin for years, even when he was telling people not to purchase it. Oh. And you feel free to cut that out too. But yeah.
But anything he touches, then I get worried. I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't get into.
Yeah, so like it's tough, right? But if you go look at pretty much any of the Fortune 500 companies, BlackRock owns about 10% of every one.
Yeah,
right.
Every one.
BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard.
But if you think about it,
everything.
right? If you were a fucking multimillionaire, right, or multi-billion-dollar holding company, right, you would diversify. You would want to have a little piece of every pie. It makes sense. But I think the biggest problem that we all have is that they do unethical things with that money. They don't redistribute. They don't have the common welfare of the people at heart. So they're just holding on to it.
And then when you own 10% of a stock, which is insane.
Yeah, crazy.
You can, you can trigger a run, a sell off. If you owning 10%,
manipulation.
Selling off your shares, everybody sees, oh my God, why is it selling off? I need to sell off.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's just algorithms. People have it into money brokers where they say, oh, I gotta have a stopgap or something where I gotta start selling my shares because it's tanking. And all that can be triggered by some maniacal crazy guy named Larry Fink, or is that Jamie Dimon too?
Yeah, Jamie Dimon. Oh man, honestly, the only one of those big wigs that I really like even trust. You know what I mean? Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy. It's a company. So basically, the whole model behind MicroStrategy is to buy Bitcoin, take out loans on that Bitcoin, buy more Bitcoin. And the MicroStrategy, when you buy their stock over like the last 5 years or 3 years, has exponentially done better than almost any other companies, and it correlates to the Bitcoin rise as well. So Michael Saylor, he's also teaching GameStop how to do that. You know the whole GEM thing. Everybody owns a piece of stock, and right now it's just in stalemate. The reason GameStop didn't die is because people like me and you went and bought a piece of their company, and then said, no, we don't want it. We don't want to go under, and so yeah, it's in stalemate. Sorry.
Now, does this guy just because is it are his financial statements public? Like people can run through and see like the
Who's that?
This guy you're talking about, where he buys.
Oh, Michael Saylor?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if his is, but I know MicroStrategy is a publicly traded company.
Oh, okay.
So you can find out the information about MicroStrategy, and he's the CEO of MicroStrategy.
That's cool. It sounds dangerous, but if he's running a good ship, why are we frozen? Fuck. All right.
Oh no.
It does that every once in a while. We just have to cut out like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But I
wasn't paying attention either. I don't know how long it. Probably. Usually it's only like 20 seconds.
And we'll let it up. Tell me, so you're Web3, and how does that relate to Pet Rock Studios? What is that?
All right, so Pet Rock Studios, we're an entertainment company out of Rhode Island, and that's where we're from. We do movies, multimedia animations, music videos, like just all kinds of different stuff, and that's where our focus is at. But December last year, I had been dabbling into crypto. I started showing my brother some NFT projects and things that we could do. He's the owner of the company, my brother. And from there, he kind of just started developing some art, and we stumbled upon the sock puppet idea, like the IP for the sock puppets. And we just thought it was a really cool, nostalgic type of vibe. We want to have arcade games, and like he'd already been working on Kraken Attack, which is another game that Pet Rock Studios is bringing. So it's just pretty cool. Multimedia entertainment company doing a lot of things. We just saw that Web3 had like its own little niche market, and it was kind of almost like crowdfunding at the same time. But what we provide is with the sock puppet NFTs, we have 1,000 of them. They're on launchmynft.com. 0.2 sold for mint price. But if you own one of these NFTs, you'll get VIP access to anything Pet Rock Studios related as far as the games. And there's VIP badges in particular that give you like all exclusive access. And then there's some sock puppets in there that have tuxedos too that give you different token allocations.
Yeah,
so
I think that's pretty smart. Yeah. Like a lot of bands should start rolling that out, because then it's like you have the special token that you paid for us for, and then maybe you get to shake our hand.
No, exactly. You get to come meet us, take a picture, I'll sign a photo for you, right?
Whether it appreciates or devalues, if it's a band, it's probably going to devalue unless you're one of the top, you're Ozzy Osbourne.
Right,
imagine if Ozzy Osbourne came out with an NFT.
Oh Young Blood, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Then he passes away, skyrockets.
Yeah, dude, it really happens. And traditionally, right, that's how art works. Like, as the artist passes away, the art becomes more valuable. With NFTs, this allows us to get more direct revenue to the artist while they're still alive. You know what I mean?
Nice. Which is great for smaller artists. But then I think there's an inverse relationship, because if you're a smaller artist, unless you blow up, you're fighting entropy, so the value of the NFT is eventually going to.
It can, and it depends on like the community itself and like the type of utility you want to provide. So like, for example, ours are game passes, right? Like think about the price of 3 AAA games or 1 AAA game. A single AAA game is going to cost you like $70. If you want to go buy Call of Duty, it's going to cost you $70, $80.
Right.
Well, if Pet Rock Studios ever comes out with a AAA game, if you own one of these NFTs, you get it for free. You know what I mean? It's a free game for you. So now we've already got 3 games in the work. I would say they're $15 to $25 value in game. That's what I would pay for it as a consumer. And we got 3 of them in the works right now. It
sounds like to me like angel investing, but with no contracted obligation. So the angel investor it's money coming in so you can develop the games, and then they have this shake of a hand, and hey, once we do develop the games, you can come in, you can play them for no cost, because you help develop it.
No, absolutely, you're right. A lot of it is kind of almost like angel investing at the same time, and you can get even more into that side of it if you wanted to. Like you could actually provide, it's called a smart contract, which would allow your wallet to be read, and sorry, I'm getting into a little bit of stuff, but which would allow other people to see what's going on, and automatically, let's say like when my wallet reaches $100, it's automatically going to distribute $10 to your wallet, we could set up a smart contract to do that so that there's no people involved at all.
Oh.
So that's it. Like they'll get the royalties and
People
then
are
send it out.
losing jobs.
Yeah, they took our jobs.
Took our jobs.
But Colorado rabbits and tentacles.
My wife was talking to me about this. What the fuck is going on?
This is wild.
The
Sounds like some
pictures are
kinky shit.
freaking weird.
What do you all right? You think it has anything to do with that fucking new virus that's going around in China?
No, so I was reading into a little bit. For those that don't know what's going on, it's these rabbits in Colorado, they have like these tentacles growing from their face or on their body. But the picture I seen
Is it
like,
real like tentacles or does it just look like tentacles?
So it's actually like a form of papilloma virus. Like
Okay.
instead you have a human one, but you also have like a mammal one that affects rabbits. So this is one that's affecting rabbits, and it causes warts that look like
tentacles.
tentacles.
Genital herpes.
Yeah.
There'll be some there'll be some crazy lady out there that thinks it's the cutest fucking thing ever, and then it'll be protected.
Yeah, probably somebody that's like really into Halloween movies and stuff. I mean, honestly,
Someone that likes The Nightmare Before Christmas
Yes.
and can't stop watching it.
Mom, can I get it?
Every Halloween and every Christmas it's on.
Oh man. I wonder if it has
shit.
anything to do with the what are they? PFPs? No, that's a profile picture. Forever plastics.
Oh, PFAS. Well, it could in anything really, because it's a virus. So then, what is making this virus proliferate in this area
That's
right
valid.
now? So
Yeah,
maybe
'cause
the
it's-
environment's a little off tilt right now because of environmental toxicity.
Right.
So this virus is more.
It's
able to
Colorado and Arizona, right?
It's the whole area. Over there.
That whole
And I think it actually originated in like Iowa, this virus, but like right now it's in Colorado, Arizona.
nice.
And that's all we know, because if you have forgotten or you're a first time watcher of the Sup With Podcast, this is a podcast where you
Get nothing.
get nothing. You
get
learn nothing.
They actually got a lot in the first 5 minutes of this one.
Yeah, we
But
did learn a lot.
for the most part, we give you absolutely nothing.
Usually we're talking about Sydney Sweeneys, but then just a bunch of misinformation.
Yes.
Don't worry, I misinformed some people too.
That's good. They'll attack us in the comments, and it will become 10 times more famous by tomorrow.
Hey, this one's for you haters.
No, our TikTok channel is just like crazy with comments.
Yeah.
People just like, everybody has an opinion on something. And
Yeah.
we post a video about something stupid. Like it's usually Trump stuff. Anything we talk about Trump.
They hate me.
And
How you doing?
get that stupid hat off your head.
Oh, what's that guy's name? Charlie.
Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
Yeah, that's his
shit.
name. Yeah, dude, I'd be watching some of those videos all the time. Like honestly, like just the arguments that people come up to him with, right? They're so unreasonable about certain things. It's crazy. Like, and I'm not like a right or a left. I was telling
Yeah.
Dillin earlier, I'm a forward progressionist. I feel like we should just leave all that shit behind, deal with the problem, and move forward with it, right?
Right.
You know, my opinion sways. You know what I mean? I'm a swinger, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I feel you on that because for like 8 years, like when I first got into politics, I was just like all in on Trump. You know what I
Right.
mean? For everything. And like for the most part, I still agree with like 90% of what he's doing. But when it comes to like everything else below that, like left, right, and shit,
Yeah.
it's like I can see the arguments on both sides, and I try to position hold myself, like try to put myself in everybody's shoes and see like, all right,
Right, have some
I get you
empathy.
on that. But dude, for the crazy people, I love roasting you.
Yeah,
I got
dude.
it, bro.
Yeah,
if
dude.
you're out of your mind and uncompromising on anything, I gotta fucking I'm gonna be a dick just to be a dick at
Yeah.
that point.
Like a lot of these, especially with the Charlie Kirk roast battles, it's like he's coming at them with logic. He's also a master debater. Like
A masturbator.
yeah,
That's what I heard.
but it brings like a different level, because like when you get to a level of debating, like you don't no longer
Yeah,
have
no,
to even be
1000%.
right about it, because you just know how to manipulate the conversation. Not saying he does that, but he has people coming up to him and they're speaking from a place of emotion, and they're very emotionally active about some situation. And I feel like a good conversation would be to identify, all right, what are the emotional triggers? Yeah, they're probably holding on to images of how this affects them in some way, or how do you bring the conversation to them and like help them out, like a therapy session. This is what they need.
No,
These
yeah,
colleges
I
need
agree with
a
that.
therapist that isn't just going to feed into their delusions,
Mm-hmm.
but and then also bring them back to reality, and then hit them with the facts that are like, hey, no, this is facts aren't what do you call that? Facts are. What is the big?
I don't know. I know what you mean.
Facts
Facts over feelings.
facts over
Facts
feelings.
over
yeah.
feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were gonna say it like in a more like I've heard that saying a million times, but there's another saying that I can't remember either. It's like basically like facts are facts, and that's it. Like
So-
you got to approach it in a
Yeah.
I agree with you guys for the most part. I have this like one side of me that always goes facts are subjective, and they're only subjective to a certain degree though. They're subjective to new information.
Right.
So if you're gathering new information, it can change what you believed something once was or like did, but that doesn't make an apple an orange. You know what I mean? They're both fruit, like I said.
Yeah,
earlier, you know what
I
mean?
agree with you on that.
But yeah, so there is a sense of objectivity around facts, which is true. Like most of the time, like obviously if you trip, you're gonna fall, right? But you might catch yourself. So that's the subjectiveness to it right there. It's like
Right.
I may not hit my face, I may just fall. But the objective part is what happened actually happened.
Yeah.
It's finished. It's in the past. So it did happen now, and now it's over.
So that brings us so many questions because like I could watch somebody fall. 100 people can watch somebody fall. And then you go ask those 100 people, what did they see?
Yeah, right.
100 different stories.
Exactly.
Didn't
Right.
know what the guy was wearing, or all disagreeing on what color the shirt was. Did he
Right.
fall forward, fall backwards? Where the hell was the fact in this?
Right, now take it a step further, right? And now get 3 different camera angles. Ask that same set of 100 people to watch all 3 different angles and then ask them the story.
Yeah.
Their stories are going to change again, you know what I mean? Even though they have the same information, it's not really. It's a new source. So
Yeah,
it's
because they're
tough.
coming with their own biases and filters,
Yes.
and then
Right.
also this brings it to the modern age. Who's editing the film?
Yeah.
Right.
1000%
Hey,
AI.
CNN
you know
shows
what
you
I'm saying?
something, Fox News shows you a different thing, and
Yeah.
it's like, all right.
Dude, it's crazy. Like AI has gotten so crazy. Like the Bigfoot videos, obviously everybody knows, but that's weak sauce. Like, you know what I mean? That's really weak sauce when it comes to AI. I could make a CNN AI video that would trick everybody, bro. And then you
Yeah.
put it on a public broadcasted station, and everyone's like, "Aliens are coming!" Like,
Right. Yeah, that's probably what I reported last week. I'm like,
Who's that radio station?
yeah, it's the
1980?
aliens coming.
yeah, dude, it was at War of the Worlds. They read that. I think it was like 1956 or something like
the
that.
radio
yeah,
call.
the radio
And
call.
everybody
dude.
thought that
They
shit
were
was
reading
real?
War of the Worlds over the radio, and everyone was like, "It's over!" Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
All you need is for like Elon Musk to live stream an AI recording on like an X space of an alien
Dude.
invasion. And him reporting on, and then all the like Anderson Cooper speaking and like using all their voices, which should be illegal pretty soon. I don't know, but and then having somebody like my grandmother listen in and go, "Oh my God, we gotta buy milk and
Project
cookies."
Bluebeam.
The $1 million idea is going to be the person that comes up with a way to prove that that's AI. Like once it gets to the point where it's like you can't really tell what is what.
Yeah,
But then whoever comes up with that idea, now you got to trust. Now it's going to be, well, is he left? Is he right? Is
Yeah,
he this?
all of
And
that,
do I
right?
believe him or not?
Who's putting money in his pocket, right?
Right.
That's really what sways people. It's not if you're left or right, because a lot of people,
It's
you
where
know,
the money-
you wave $100 million in my face, I don't care. I'm going to tell you whatever you want to hear to get that $100
Right.
million.
Who's
right? Like,
paying and for what reason? What do they really pay you for?
right, exactly.
yeah. And then you
It's
can have
crazy.
AI monitor AI, and find out what's true or not. But then who owns the AIs, and what is their slant? What is their
What do they program into it from the
Yes.
get?
I feel
Right.
like we're gonna see this probably soon. Is hey, you can't use AIs from other countries.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
perplexity.
that's
a
coming, bro.
Chinese AI. You can't because they're gonna. Well, you
No
say,
more
oh, what
Chat
did Trump mean by
GPT.
this, and they'll be like, well, actually,
Right.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. That's why I think like open source AI is really important for us. Like just to learn what a language model is. Like if you guys understand how this AI actually works, what it does is it has a dictionary, basically a thesaurus of all these different words. And every time like the is at the beginning of the sentence and the next word, it will have an infinite number of words, not literally, but whatever its dictionary is. And then it'll place that there. And then that changes the next set of words that could possibly be. So it's really tough, honestly, even if you don't want to train things with racism or like bad ideology and stuff. It's the starting material. Everything comes back to the starting material.
Large language models, right? That's what.
Yeah, limited language models.
Limited
Yeah.
language.
Didn't that already happen with Google? Google's AI?
Gemini.
I think so. Where they like you put in one thing, like it was for like the images and stuff. You would search up like a Chinese guy, or you would
Yeah.
search up like a samurai in the in the 1600s or whatever, and it would be like a black dude in a samurai suit.
Yeah. So actually, believe it or not, there really were black samurai. Black people have been traveling across the world, not to go too racial or anything like that, but they've been traveling across the world for a long, long time in little tiny canoes across the tip of Africa over here. Like same time as the Vikings and stuff that they came over to the Americas, African people were going there as well. It was pretty crazy because if you go around the tip of Africa towards the what is it, Madagascar? I'm not exactly sure. I'm very
Madagascar,
bad. Yeah, I'm very
India.
bad at geography.
There's
but
an old map.
Then you
that
hit the
shows,
Indonesian islands and
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like what's the one on the bottom? It's not the North Pole. You have Antarctica. Is that the one on the bottom?
That's the one on the bottom.
And so it used to be, more ice, and it would actually connect to South
so
America
land bridge,
and
yeah.
like close to South America. So,
Yeah,
Same thing with the
Africa.
land bridge in the north from Russia to Alaska.
Siberia, right? Alaska.
And then it
yeah.
melted, and they were like, "Well, we're fucking here now."
Yeah,
That's it.
But
yeah.
I wonder if that was the original thing from Africa to Antarctica to South America.
Yeah, realistically, right? It was probably like the whole globe because we were in an ice age, and then as we were thawing out, and like people were able to come out of their caves or wherever the fuck they were hiding, they were able to move over, and wherever they settled, the ice started melting, and now they got, like you said, fuck, we're here now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Now
Like-
we're stuck here.
Yeah, now we're stuck here, dude. Yeah, sorry, the cussing's kind of tough for me.
Me too. Don't worry, bro. You're good. Every word is
I
fuck
can
for me.
see Dylan's eyes lit up every once in a
No,
while.
no. We're
No,
far
I
enough
can see
into the episode where we could swear.
You should hear the unhinged shit after like 15 minutes. It gets crazy.
Oh yeah.
They hate me,
So
but it's all right.
I've been told by somebody who is all over TikTok. The
Oh,
biggest
no.
story on TikTok right now is this woman, Kendra. Kendra on TikTok, she fell in love with her psychiatrist.
Oh yeah.
And now the thing to try to figure out is if this is all like a make-believe situation she's conjured up in her delusions, in her mind, or is she like kind of telling the truth? Because she reports that she's sitting in therapy sessions and her therapist is like saying things without saying it, like certain eye contact, the way he moves, things that he's not saying, and she's picking up on these clues that like, all right, he's trying to save that patient doctor confidentiality kind of thing and try not to cross any lines, but the way he moves his wife's picture in the background, when I'm sitting in on the sessions, that's sending me a signal. So
Why would I feel like that would make a really good plot to like some fucked up indie
Black
movie?
Mirror.
Yeah, right. Or Black
Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah, dude. No, honestly, that's wild. Like, I think two things on that personally is she's either woohoo, crazy, like loco, like those ain't signs, lady, or he's really into her. You know what I mean? And those could be signs. And
He's trying to throw. he's trying to do it
I'm
incognito.
gonna call it now. Like, I pray to God, I hope she's okay. You know what I'm saying? But I maybe something already happened. You know what I mean? And
yeah, this is developing. So I
Yeah.
mean, she could go in there and be like, I thought you loved me.
yeah, maybe
Oh,
something
fuck.
already happened, like intimately, right?
well.
And he wasn't professional, and she's trying to work through telling people, hey, or like
no.
whatever it may be. And I doubt it, but I wouldn't be surprised if 6 months from now this story comes out that dude did something to her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and
The
I hope
plot
not.
thickens a little bit just with how interesting this woman is. She, I guess, she was advertising that she's like some type of like life coach. I forget the name, and like a therapist. And so she was helping somebody out with their issues. And she's like, okay, I can help you out there. Call in for like a free session. Don't worry, I'm not going to charge you anything. And this, person, they say, wow, that actually went really well. Like, and so, and Kendra says, okay, yeah, well, we can, if we want to go any further with this, it's going to be $3,000 and up front for like the next, and then that pays for the next 3 months or something. So, okay, cool. She pays up the money, does through all the sessions. Feels like it's working sometimes, kind of not. And then towards the end, they do this past lives therapy, where she's just like saying, Kendra is looking at this woman, and just like bawling her eyes out, saying, "Oh my God!" And then and 3 lives ago, you were doing this, and you killed somebody. Then you ran up the stairs, and you threw your kid out the window. Like all these elaborate stories, and she's getting so into it, and like wasted the whole session through it. And then this woman left her like, "I just got conned, bro."
Yeah,
This
yeah, you
woman
did.
is tapped. This woman's probably a little tapped herself. She said it brought up so many emotions in her that she needed more sessions, but now she's trapped. And what, gotta have to pay this woman another $3,000 because the last session tripped her up so bad?
Fuck.
Yo, it sounds like that lady's just, you know what I'm saying? The one that's trying to date
Crazy
her
man,
psychiatrist.
crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy, man, crazy, bro.
But somebody should make a movie on it.
Yeah.
That'd be Black Mirror.
Oh.
What's up?
Yeah.
Listen up.
What up, Netflix?
There's so many people's lives that people should make movies out of. You talk to somebody at the bar, I'm like, what? How do you, what?
You know what, dude? Pretty soon
Facts.
it'll be like every movie will be like that. Just be like some random person be like, "Oh my God, he went through all this, he went through all that." And it's like,
I bet AI can make a special little movie for all of us.
I was
You
just getting ready
upload
to say
your
that,
life.
dude.
the story of your life.
Pictures of your life, birthday parties, all kinds of other shit. All your personal data, upload it.
Tell them what
Yeah,
happened.
it'll make a
who's there.
personality for you. Tell them you want a murder mystery version of your life. You know what I'm saying? Fucking
Plot twist.
yeah, dude. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, it's predicting the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, God damn, how do you know that I did that? You know,
Starts telling
did the
you,
AI
like-
predict it, or did it influence me to do that crime?
AI
You know what I'm
starts
saying?
extorting you because
Yeah.
it's actually,
It knows you. Yeah.
but it's
Right.
part of the plot.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what's the plot and what's real life anymore, but it is shutting off the electricity at your house. So
Yeah, yeah,
You got to pay them.
yeah. Dude, no, AI is crazy, bro. Could do like a whole 40-hour segment on AI alone.
Yeah, I'm scared that this is like the last 5 years where we know shit is real. It's like we finally get like a little bit of control. Like all right, now we can control what we want. Like back when my parents were kids, you know, fucking 3 channels on the TV. Then you get cable, then you get the internet, and now everything, all the cable moved to the internet, and now it's like, all right, we're gonna get that fucking hook back in and pull the info right out from under you.
I just read somewhere that they just got rid of dial-up internet.
Yeah, AOL.
Yeah.
AOL is no more. I heard that
Wow.
on the radio.
Yeah.
They finally
Damn.
shut that whole all the
man.
servers down and shit for AOL.
Wow.
That's
I can't believe they
wild.
were still kicking, honestly.
Dude, me either, bro.
You guys hear
You
the
know,
dead internet theory?
I've watched a video on that before,
So
but
basically, the internet's gonna just become AI, and there will be no real people on there. So we'll have AI that's talking to other AI. We're all just chatting with each other through AI while we're off either living our jobs or doing our life because AI is making us money and all this other shit. And then we basically just turn AI into the slave.
oh,
do-
what,
to
like our
do-
double?
Yeah, our double more or less, and then we get to go and live our separate lives and stuff. Just and
That's
then the
fucking-
internet's
that's-
no more.
That's depressing.
Yeah, it is wicked.
fucking
It
mad
is wicked,
depressing.
right? It like there's 2 ways. Like it's either really, really sad or it's really cool because we will forget about money. We'll stop using money and we'll just go and live together peacefully. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah,
But,
I mean, like-
that's utopian.
Oh, so the way like I took it, like the AI is gonna be like talking to other AI for us. Is that what you mean by it?
Yeah, kind of like so like you can
Or is it gonna do the
auto-
work part of it?
both. Like it'll do the work, it'll do the talking, like the collaborating and stuff. But so you'll
So
train,
you'll just be able to chill and do
you'll
whatever you
train
want.
your AI, right? Exactly, and then you'll be able to just chill, more or less. So you're gonna train your AI to do your job through the internet.
Just send my
you know,
my Tesla robot to go and
What
drive the
scares
car.
me is like the welders, the concrete men, like fucking
Right.
real engineering and stuff like that. Because like if we go all automated, which I'm for automation, but we need skilled professionals. We need those people, or else we're not gonna build shit.
Right, but I mean, like once it gets to the point where it's smart enough to do precision work like that, then what? You know what I mean?
You
Like
need the people to build that. So like,
that too.
you know what I mean? So that's where the skill will trade. It'll change to like they can 3D print concrete. Like they've been able to 3D print concrete forever, but like to have it to a precise point where it's foundationally sound and like all this extra shit,
Right.
you know, it's
you still
tough.
need human input for some
Yeah,
like an over
1000%.
at least an overseer.
Oversight, right?
Right. So that way, like,
Yeah.
that's scary to think about.
Yeah, we're
'cause,
gonna
like,
turn the machines into slaves, man.
but what happens to like all the people that are like, I don't know, like below the poverty line and don't have anything to
Right.
to barter with, like a
Yep.
skill or anything like that? That's scary.
No, you're right, dude. And that's like kind of segueing into the crypto thing a little bit, that's where like I feel about, because like the globe's starting to change and move towards crypto as like an economic system, and there's going to either be forced adoption or
Right.
people are going to like fade off the back burner, dude. So like everybody who's poverty stricken and or like
It's just gonna stay.
40K or less, you know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
you're making 40K or less a year, don't have any money for extra shit, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah, and
Like,
and
you're
that.
going below that level of
But that
buying
that
power.
changes every year too. Like
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now it's 40K. In like 10 years it'll be, if you don't make $100,000,
Yeah, I'll
you're
be
fucked.
honest, I think right now it's actually 65,000. I was
Yeah.
saying 40 because I know that you can live off of 40K. You can't fucking live off of 40K, dude. Like, but we do it. You know
You
what
can
I'm saying?
survive off of 52.
Yeah, exactly.
I know
you
from
what I mean?
personal
Yeah,
experience.
exactly. Like, and we do shit. Like, we, sometimes we have our vices. I smoke weed, we drink beer, fucking
Right.
all the different things. But that minimal amount of experience is just that. It's just minimal. You know what I mean? Where I'm not going to a concert every other week, or I'm not
Right.
living my best life that I feel like is nice. I'm not going to the Bahamas every other month,
Or going
fucking-
out to eat,
Yeah.
or even like the smaller things like buying like fucking cigarettes every day, going
Yeah,
out to eat
every
and shit.
day, right? We're
Like
not
I fucking
caring
switched to
about it.
these because it's cheap.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yes, sir, dude. What's next, Dill Boy? Sorry.
I have no idea,
do
but
that
the
a lot.
state of Illinois is now demanding that children begin in the third grade in public school, beginning in the third grade in public schools, undergo annual psychiatric evaluations.
I heard something about this on the radio, I think. Is this
50-50.
brand new or?
Yeah, this is brand new, developing now. So the new law will require public schools to offer age-appropriate screenings to identify mental health concerns in students in the 3rd through 12th grades. The point of these annual screenings is to ensure that they drug as many children as possible
Nah.
with psychoactive medication so that those children become loyal customers of Big Pharma for life. That is
Who's saying that? Is that?
first it starts off as, Wall Street Apes. And then who was this guy?
They're just trying to
That's
get them
Matt
all on
Walsh.
Ritalin.
Matt Walsh said it, but then friggin' the Highwire shared it, and I respect their reporting. So that's some real stuff.
So
at what point do we draw the line between home and school?
Dude,
That's kind of like, where this prompts me to bring.
It's tough because if you don't make enough money and you can't if you can't substitute like your wife or even you staying home to do
Right.
that, you're fucked. It's
Yeah,
like it's
1000%.
not even an option
Mhm.
unless you you could pay somebody, but then you then may as well send them to private school. You may as well do
Oh yeah,
something else.
1000%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. When I was a kid, like I'm going back to what you said, like with the medicine and shit. Like they tried putting me on that for like 2 years. It fucked up my whole school and shit. And I wouldn't take it because it just fucked me up. Like it made me like a zombie, bro.
Yeah.
It made me
A
not
lot of
eat.
people report
I lost so much weight. I couldn't eat. And when you can't eat, you can't focus.
Right.
So it's like, it fucked me up at the most crucial point, and that's why after that, like once you fall behind, you fall behind, and it's like it's hard to climb out of that.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot more out of school than I did ever in school because of how they tackled those problems. And it's not to say that it won't work for some people, but it definitely isn't just like a blanket solution.
Yeah,
for,
one size fits all type of deal. Yeah,
Right.
hell no, definitely not.
That's why it's like I know that my kids have some form of ADHD, but I don't want to go get them diagnosed.
Yeah, so the problem is that we're getting like we're finding that more and more children have like these neurodivergencies, right? And I think one, the population is larger. Two, we have environmental impacts. We talk about that a lot too. And
Right.
then we have like, what is to say a neurotypical brain is? When those studies got done, dude, this was like when medicine wasn't medicine yet. This is like a long ass time ago. We're considering like the evolution of the human mind.
Right.
Like we have to think about that too. So like ADHD or ADD or even autism or any of that. My son's got
That's
preliminary
probably
autism. You know?
my youngest daughter's got
Yeah.
it.
So like all of that stuff, it's there for some reason. There
Right.
must be like, some type of an advantage. And I'm not saying it has to be like a positive advantage in some sense, but it has to have some type of purpose. It didn't just come from a negative thing, because that's not how mutations work.
Did you hear about? This is going back a while where I heard this. I heard them talking about it on some podcast. But did you hear the study that they did with autistic children? They think now. Well, not they, but like some people are thinking that it's evolution.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's an
that's-
Like they think they did a study, and I can't remember the study. I barely remember the podcast, but I remember this point that they brought up, that they think that these kids can talk to each other telepathically.
Yep.
In not like fully telepathically,
No,
but they can talk to each other.
The telepathy tape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like micro expressions and stuff even too.
Right.
Like,
They have
dude,
like their own language.
my
Like,
son didn't talk till he was like 3 or 4, bro.
My
And
same. My
you know what I
daughter
mean?
just started talking
I
last year.
knew
She's
everything
5.
that kid needed, though.
Right.
Absolutely everything. Like, there wasn't a doubt in my mind. Like, I could tell when he needed something, and I would get up, and it wasn't because he was crying or because he did anything like that. It was literally
like little cues.
yeah, little cues and stuff, and I could see that. And because I picked up on that stuff, it like prolonged his speech.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh
And-
yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we lived in a society where everybody lived with cues and everybody understood those cues, it wouldn't matter if you could talk or not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You would.
So
You would. It would be like.
I think we need to find a balance between children adapting to the world around them and the world adapting around its new people, because let's face it, they're the ones that are going to have to live here, right? We're fucking on the way out even, you know what I mean? I'm going on 30, and I know I say that like I got 60 more years if I'm good, you know what I mean? 40 more years if I'm good.
Right, but
they
shit goes so
They
quick
got
too.
80, you know what I mean? They
Right.
got fucking double what we got.
Yeah.
So it's really them that matters, in my opinion, and we got to change society norms so that they can fit in better too.
It's. I mean, like.
Everybody matters, and I think we need to make space for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I think that we've made a lot of progress with that too. Like, I mean, we have not the trigger warnings that you make fun of with like the college kids and whatnot, but actual trigger warnings for things like they have what is it at the zoo? They're doing a sensory day for autistic
Oh, yeah.
kids.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be going to that too.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like
Sensory hours at Walmart.
the world is slowly adapting and,
1,000%.
evolving for people, because
Yeah.
there's more of them now.
Yeah.
There's more autistic people, and there's more people that are neurodivergent.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, no,
So it's like,
1,000%, man.
and it's like, you never know either what you're gonna like, what level you're gonna get either, because it's
Yep.
like you could range from being like barely noticeably divergent to very divergent.
Yeah, so I've been to therapy a few times, obviously, and I say it like it's an obvious thing. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But anyway,
You can tell a person who hasn't been in therapy.
yeah, exactly, right.
like me.
But I've been to therapy a few times, and one of the biggest things that they always tell me is it doesn't matter if you're neurodivergent. If you look at the population, more people are neurodivergent than neurotypical now. Like,
Right.
it's just the way that it is. What you have to find out is how to move through society with that neurodivergency.
Right.
So, like, you still got to be a productive member of society. You still got to go to work some way, shape, or form. Like, if you
Right.
can't deal with people, you're fucking in the back of a store boxing stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it becomes one of those things you have to take responsibility.
You have to carve
too.
the path. You have to be your own pioneer for
exactly.
things.
And as parents, we got to do that for our kids so that they have a little bit easier time. But we also got to remember to let them do it too, because
Right, they got to
Yeah,
figure it out
exactly.
too. I tell like that was a big part. Like, that's kind of going back full circle to what I was talking about. Like, I don't want to just medicate them. Like,
Right.
that's part of the reason why I don't want to get them diagnosed, because I don't want them to. They'll eventually figure it out, because if they are, they are. If not, they'll be able to work through it, and
Right.
then you know what I mean. They'll figure it out when they get older.
Yep.
But they'll be able. They won't have the label to just like, because a lot of people sometimes when they get the label, then they're like, well, that's it. Nothing. I can't do nothing about it. I gotta
Exactly.
do this path because this doctor said this, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be productive or successful if I don't do that.
Right. They pigeonhole themselves. like-
Exactly. Like, if maybe it's wrong of me to do that, but I mean, I would rather them do it a natural way to try to figure out how to, figure it out, figure out a different way of learning, or figure out,
what
how
their
to-
special need is, right? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't want to get my son diagnosed, to be honest with you. I'm in hindsight, I'm kind of happy that he did get diagnosed, because when you're dealing with school, having an IEP and stuff like that
Yeah.
actually helps. Like, it's a legal precedent, so you can go to court if you have to. You know what I mean?
Right. I get that point
My
too.
son's in a different state than me, and his mom did all of that stuff. It took them 3 years, bro.
Yeah, it took us a long
3
time too.
fucking years to
it.
get into a doctor's appointment with a certified person to do that.
Yeah.
And, like, I get it. Like, I do. I'm kind of like 50-50. I don't like the
Well-
label, but I also think he needs help, so he should get the help he needs.
I mean it more for like like for ADHD.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
Like my daughter, we got her diagnosed. Like my
Right.
daughter with autism, we got her diagnosed because we wanted her to have opportunity and resources for
Right.
that. But for ADHD and for ADD, it's not that they're neurotypical, but
Right,
you
no, I
know
know
what
what
I
you
mean.
mean.
Like I
Yeah.
mean, not that they're neurodivergent; they're more neurotypical. But if you once you get that label sometimes and you
Yeah.
get the IEP, then you're not pushed any harder either.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I have a buddy. He's got autism even as well, ADHD and aggression disorder, some stuff, right? Y'all might even know him, honestly. But and like, I feel like because of that label, it wasn't until he was an adult and started taking the label off of himself a little bit more that he was able to excel.
Yeah,
You know
branch
what I mean?
out.
Yeah,
and
branch
figure,
out and figure stuff out. Like, my son told me he was autistic one day, and I was like, "Who told you that?" I was like, because I've never said it to him. I've never called him autistic. I've never said anything
Right.
like that around him, because I don't want him to grow up with that label, being labeled as I am this thing.
Right.
Because you are a very special human being, and that's all you need to know. You're just
Exactly.
going to grow and change and be if you feel a certain way, deal with your feelings, right? Like, we talk big feelings and stuff. And Mr. Rogers, dude, honestly, like, I know PBS, that's a big topic too. They're shutting down funding with PBS, which
Yeah.
it's only 15% of their funding.
Yeah.
I like
Right.
to make that clear. NPR is only fucking
They'll
not
be able to
15.
figure it out.
It was like
Yeah,
1%.
that's what I'm saying. It's not even a lot of funding that they're losing, but everybody's
Yeah.
making this big deal about it. Like,
Yeah.
PBS has lived off of our money for years, like the people's money forever, dude. That's how it's always made its thing. These billion-dollar corporations don't need any government fucking money.
No.
Get out of here. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
You clip it out, do your thing, man. I'm just like,
No.
fuck the man, dude.
Dude, we love it.
But yeah, dude, no, it's insane. It's insane shit, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, just kind of we rambled on for a little while, man.
No,
I love
that's
it. I
good.
love it, dude.
I love it.
I got 2 autism dads here.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Who would have known?
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that either.
It's more common now. It's like we were saying. It's
Yeah.
more. It's more common.
Now, is it more common, or was it just undiagnosed before?
I think
right?
a lot of it was
Yeah,
undiagnosed.
I think so too, and that's kind of where I was getting at with the whole neurodivergent,
I
neurotypical
go
brain
like
thing.
like there's autism's a spectrum. So you got ASD,
Right.
and it's you got the people who are just a little different, and then you got the people who are tall walking, hand flapping, head banging.
Right. Yep.
Those people, you do not see them 70 years old. You don't see that. You don't see that in the older people. And you see people in that generation saying, "Yeah, we've never seen. We didn't grow up with that."
Right.
So, just from a anecdotal, kind of observation there. But then you have the CDC data also showing that, like, it is a mix of it was under reported and it's also growing.
Right. And
Yeah.
environmental.
'Cause of
So then you get
environmental
these
factors.
both, sides of the coin. Are like, no, it's mostly this, and no, it's all the other ones.
It's nature
a
versus
mix of
nurture,
both.
right? It's both.
Yeah.
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 No, I definitely think that there's it's increasing, but I think that that there were a lot more that went undiagnosed.
And it's tough too, because you mentioned like the hand flapping and stuff as well, and like I know that. So my son does that sometimes, and he'll like go like this, or like he'll stem out a lot. He'll do the high stepping toes,
Right.
and what it's actually caused from those particular symptoms in particular, to reiterate that, heavy metals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of metals and stuff like that that cause those particular things. So I think that's another thing, is those environmental factors that are getting tossed in there are being misconstrued as autism traits, right? But they're actually the environmental things. The autism is another thing that person may have in conjunction with
top of
that,
it,
on
right.
top of it.
It's
but
just like anxiety. A lot of doctors, you walk in and you have you're expressing symptoms of anxiety.
Right.
And then, but they won't run a like a metabolic panel on you to see if you have a magnesium deficiency. Which a lot of the times it's a magnesium deficiency. It's a deficiency in something, and but they say, oh yeah, we see that. Okay, let's put you on a drug. And it's like, well, now there is a difference between people who have an anxiety disorder who from some type of epigenetic or that's been triggered and runs in your
Right.
family versus somebody who has a vitamin and nutrient depleted diet who is dying from the inside out.
Yeah,
And now that
yeah.
you're covering a symptom, how much later until something else pops up because you haven't treated the cause that's affecting it. So
Health is wealth, man.
Yeah, that's
health
what
is-
I-
Oh, the
health
heavy
is
metals.
wealth. Yeah.
yeah, the heavy metals can absolutely do that. Did you know that I think it's like 80 to 90% of formula that you could buy like at Walmart, Stop and
Yeah,
Shop,
yeah.
all these places, heavy metals in it
Yeah.
at
So
alarming rates?
I know, and it's tough when you're talking about formula too, right? Because if you look at breast milk versus formula, the amount of metal that's in breast milk as well as in formula, it can equate to the same, but it's the delivery type system. So breast milk, where it comes out in the colostrum, it comes out in the fat, it comes out in a soluble form. When you're talking baby food and stuff, it's metallic. It's like a mineral that's getting added into it. And then you're adding that mineral into a non-pH balanced water. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it doesn't. It's like fucking putting powdered vitamins and everything.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. You're adding other substances to it, and I think we forget about a lot of that stuff, like chemistry. Like everyone talks about aspartame being like one molecule away from antifreeze, but that one molecule makes a huge difference in its
Yeah.
geometric its
Not
structure.
just the molecule. the
Granted, I don't
structure.
like aspartame.
What
You know
else
I
does
mean?
it come
I hate
with?
it,
Yeah, they're
but
saying it's actually
yeah.
showing that it causes cancer.
Yeah, I don't like
But
it
like
either,
supplementing with vitamin C versus getting vitamin C from an orange. So like
Yeah.
the absorption rate of vitamin C supplementing, it's like 5, 10, 15%
Right.
of what you're taking, and it's not really absorbed the same way as if you have an orange because it also comes with the fiber. It comes
Right.
with all these other micronutrients that are attached to it that help it get absorbed and into your body.
Yeah, no, exactly. That delivery system, right?
A lot of people
spreads out.
they get iron deficiency.
Mhm.
And so what does your doctor tell you to do?
Takes my iron pills.
Take an iron pill.
Yeah.
And it's my
Turns
wife,
out-
101.
A lot of it is actually a copper deficiency.
Mhm.
You are depleted, and our water is just such crap now, especially
Yeah.
if you're on town water. And it's so filtered out, they take out a lot of the stuff, and there's no copper in it. So the copper actually takes the iron from the blood and puts it into the cells.
Makes sense.
And so you can take iron pills as much as you want. You're just loading up the iron that's in your blood that is trying desperately to get into your cells,
Yeah.
but doesn't have the key to do it because you don't have any copper in your diet.
Yeah.
So,
No, it makes sense. I know it's like if you have what is it, vitamin D for K. So
Yeah.
you need D in order to get K or whatever it is, or other way around. Maybe you need potassium in order to absorb vitamin D.
you should take
but-
K2 and
Yeah.
D3 together.
Yeah, exactly. There's a few different things that I know, like certain.
And if you take too much D3, you can actually deplete your magnesium. So they're a
Yeah.
co-founding vitamin.
I don't know.
So it's all
yeah.
a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of it, right? Yeah, those are the salts, though. You know what I mean? All of those things come from the electrolytes. So if you don't have proper electrolytes in your body, you're gonna not have any of those vitamins that you really need. And I mean, food too, right? It doesn't always come from a water source necessarily, but your food has electrolytes in it.
Yeah.
Your fruits and vegetables, all that shit. Yeah.
There's a whole science too. If you want to get electrolytes, the
Yeah.
best way to do it is actually through the water. Taking
Yeah, I
it
would assume,
supplement
right?
wise, actually, it's almost like taking nothing. But
No shit.
The more you know.
look at Robert F. Kennedy Jr. here to tell us we're all wrong.
Yeah, it come out.
And
No,
you
I
guys
think-
learned something today, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Alright.
gave you something
Yeah.
for once.
You might know a little bit about your vitamins.
Shit, man.
What else? You guys want to talk about what we all came here to talk about? The thing that Russell can never shut up about every single episode. I think we should just rename the podcast
The one right at the bottom.
Gay Sex.
Gay sharks.
Yeah.
Sodomy.
So you guys might not be able to get married, huh?
We might not be able to get married.
What's
anymore.
gonna happen, dude? You guys are the only ones getting married.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, heteros married, gay married.
Right up.
So I think federal government shouldn't have a say in any of that stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Also true.
That's kind of how I feel. That's how I felt. And this is very controversial here, but the Roe versus Wade. I know everybody had a really big uproar on that being overturned and stuff. And my problem with the uproar is that it should be up to the state. The state should be dependent on that. And I also think that women should just have the right everywhere too, like, you know, to throw that out there. But if you're gonna live in a state that doesn't allow that, that's kind of on you, I guess. You know, like, you got to shift some accountability somewhere. People deserve to have a place where they can live, you know.
I think there should be like a
Yeah.
warning period. Hey, we're about to change this really
Yeah.
important rule. You have X amount of time to be able to leave. But also, I don't think these states should stop people from leaving to go to another state to get
No,
out,
they shouldn't.
Agreed.
which
Yeah.
they're doing that in Texas.
Yeah, that's not cool. Like, you know, if I'm fleeing, like, I should be able to flee. And, like, granted, okay, you don't want me to come back here because, like, I'm against your beliefs or whatever. Like, I could almost understand that. Put me on, like, a no Texas fly zone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, whatever. But, you know, it's
That'd be like Rhode Island saying, you can't come back because you voted for Trump.
yeah, that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean? It's like, what the
right?
fuck, dude?
Too
Like,
much government.
we're in
getting
America. We all live
involved in your
Yeah,
life.
that's really
And
what it is,
Republicans
though.
are all about that. Less intervention from the government in your life. So it should be like, all right, less rules, do as you please.
It's the
Yeah, and
libertarian
there
view.
should be more of that. I agree. What's that? Stronger local government, weaker centralized government.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's we the
More
people,
power,
baby.
More power to the town hall.
Yeah,
Like the-
exactly. Right. I totally
White
agree with
House.
that. We
Right.
should have sheriffs. You know what I mean? Instead of having fucking these patrolled police cars that are fucking militarized and stuff, we should have elected fucking sheriffs, dude. We should go back to that system, and it's crazy.
I see, even like my hometowns, you see the amount of people that come
Constitutional
out
carry.
to vote in their town elections.
That's what I want.
Constitutional carry.
Everywhere. Because it's like, bro, if we go back to the sheriffs, like, and everybody's, you don't know what who's packing what, and you have the right to defend yourself. That's
Yeah.
bottom line. It's like, it's the Wild West. Yeah, you can be a criminal or a dickhead, but you're taking the chances of getting fucking
Mm-hmm.
getting dealt with. You
Yeah,
know?
no, exactly.
You know what I
man.
mean? So it's like,
Oh yeah.
there's got to be the balance somewhere in it. You want the rocket launches
Mamma mia.
from last episode.
Yeah, I'm down. I think we should have full-blown access to everything. Rocket launchers.
It's only fair, guys. You guys
Latest-
have, you
If
know,
the military can have tanks, we can have things that take out tanks, right? That's how it
that's
should.
what it should
the
be.
most important thing.
That's where I'm at.
More important than because we're talking about like the second half of the Second Amendment. It starts out with we should have the right. We have the right to a well-regulated militia.
Yes.
So
Where the
they-
hell is that?
Well, those are the rod and gun clubs. In theory,
Right.
that's what
That's
your,
what it's-
your rod
yeah.
and gun club's supposed to be. Some of them are better than others. Some of them really do have monthly meetings and they run drills and do shit. But we can technically organize a militia.
Yeah, then we'd be on a hit list.
That's
and-
what it-
Yeah.
That no,
Like-
that's what it's supposed to cover. Is like, well-regulated militia is like, you take responsibility and you train.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what you're proficient with and responsible with.
Right.
The Second Amendment.
You're
think
allowed to be able to do that.
That would be such a hit in every community in the United States because also you're teaching gun safety, responsibility,
Yeah.
a sense of ownership, honor, respect in the community. Like I see a lot of these motorcycle riders, they care so much about the other person. They see you at a bar, you see all these motorcycles pull up. They know if you've had more than 2 drinks. If
Right.
they have a 2-drink minimum, like max. If you get back on that bike with more than 2 drinks, they won't let you back on. Like the communities that I've seen, so I feel
Right.
like if you make gun culture more of a community involved thing, you'll have that kind of set up. Like, hey man, why don't you have that locked up? You have kids in the house. You see more of a safety
Right.
measure coming around.
There's,
and,
you're right. There's
hey,
a
I
way
see
to
you shooting. Kind of weird. You got your finger on the trigger. You got to have that placed up a little higher.
trigger discipline.
Yeah.
The 4 rules of gun safety. All that.
I think bringing back that like common cordialness between people, that sense of community, right? Like that. I think that's really important. Like you mentioned, like whether it's guns or children, whatever it is, right? Like
It should be for
like,
all
kids,
aspects,
yeah,
like
all aspects of
survival,
life.
like
Yeah.
like you don't even see a whole lot of people joining the Boy Scouts anymore. Boy Scouts is like a
community.
big
That
community thing.
values getting lost, and I think COVID, like we saw some goods and bads about it. Like it dampened a lot of community, but then it also brought some community out. Like you'd see people being an asshole, and if you were somebody who would stand up to that type of thing, you'd call that person out and stand up to that type of thing. So it brought conflict out, and in doing so, kind of showed us all our true colors.
Right.
And that's why I think a lot of people kind of stick to themselves. And then if you're a person that nods your head and says hi to people, you'll find more of those people in the world too,
Right.
It's tough, man.
Speaking about everything, did you know that there is a adult camping in Connecticut.
What do you mean adult camping?
So it's coming back. You know how you used to go to like summer camp, adult summer camp.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that makes
that's
more
different.
sense.
Adults are going camping.
I was like, what?
The adults have always gone
No,
camping.
adults are brushing their teeth.
Yeah.
No. What? So yeah, there's adult campground and the summer camp. They're doing the whole
How are ya?
festivities, everything.
What are they teaching you how to tie the Bowman's knot and everything?
Yeah, apparently, tug of war, volleyball. It sounds pretty.
Teaching
I've
you how
seen
to
the
do slip
retreats
knot.
to do like, do you want to learn how to make a bow? Like a long bow? You know what I mean? I've been seeing like
Yeah,
videos
I've-
for retreats on that and shit. I also been seeing videos for FIFO, fly in, fly out for Australia. Now
What's that?
now that I said something, you're all gonna find it too. But you work in the mines. They start at like 100K a year though, with no training or anything like that, and they fly you in, fly you out. But I was skeptical because, to my experience, FIFO means first in, first out, not fly in, fly out. And I mean, it can mean multiple things, but the way I see it is they're gonna fly me in, and if I'm the first one that flies in, I'll be able to fly out. But like, it's
Right, you're taking
You
the
gotta
place.
stay here until more
The
people.
last person that
that's
got
what I'm
there is
saying.
sticking
And
around.
They're just like tricking you into indentured servitude, basically. You know what I mean?
You have to bring 2 people to replace you. Actually,
yeah.
it's a pyramid scheme.
They say that like it's awesome. You get to live on a cruise ship and shit like that sometimes, and like all the food's provided for, your room and board's provided for, and like, but then you gotta pay to leave or some shit like that. Like, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I haven't done a lot of research into it because it's all the way in Australia, and I can't get my kid over the idea of me going that far for 6 months. So it is what
Oh,
it
it's
is.
only for 6 months?
Yeah, well, you could do it for a year if you wanted to. You could do it for longer, but like it's.
At least you know you're getting out. It's
Yeah.
like it's like signing up for a prison sentence.
Yeah, like
prison
what's
sentence.
that Job Corps or
I went there.
whatever? Yeah, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That
Yeah.
shit.
I've never been to Job Corps.
They shut that down this year.
Did they really?
I guess so. For I don't know exactly what happened, but apparently it wasn't being run the right way, and they're taking. I don't know if they're shutting it down permanently, but
No
I know that
shit.
they're taking a break. Well, when I went there, it was. I mean, there's some things that need to be improved there. It's a government program,
Right,
but
of course.
I mean, we all taught each other. It was like that's how that school kind of worked.
All right.
Not to bash on the state of Rhode Island. But
Yeah.
when I got there, it was like the guy that was top of the class. He taught, the next set of kids that came in.
Right.
Because I think it was every 2 or every 4 weeks they got a new batch of people that came in, and then but at the same time there'd be people leaving. So
I gotcha.
every like 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks or something like that, they would get in like 6 kids, and 6 kids would leave. But when I like, you live there, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so I was there for about 9 months, and it was just like it was better than being homeless. I can tell you that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that's where I kind of was at that point. But it was. I mean, they do teach you like responsibility. Like, the room has to be clean. You do chores in your wing. But they give you 3 square meals a day and a snack at night. So it's dope. You get snack night. Or you get 8 o'clock. You get a snack. It's dope. But it was a lot of it was a free for all there.
Yeah.
And it was. I got job placement after that, and it didn't really work out through that job placement. So I went there, learned welding, and I welded for like 4 or 5 months after that, and never picked up a welder again.
Oh, no shit.
So it's like, I mean, I could probably
lay a beat or two.
I
you
could
know what I'm
probably,
saying?
I could definitely still lay a beat.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? But like, I don't
Yeah.
want to. Why would I? You know what I
Right,
mean?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But it was all right. It was a decent program for what I needed at that moment, and it kind of sucks to see it gone because I don't know how many kids are in that position now. Like,
My cousin was supposed to do it this year or whatever, like the end of last year. She had started, like, signed up for it to join and stuff. And then I had seen on Facebook that she had came home. I didn't know why. But
yeah, they
yeah,
shut it. They
that's
shut
crazy.
it. But I don't know if that. I'm not sure if it's permanently shut or if they're shutting down for like a year to
Right.
restructure, reorganize. Because I think the reason I don't know for sure. This is just my opinion, but
Yeah.
I think the reason behind that was that they weren't really teaching.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
makes sense. It was scandalous, you know what I mean? They were
Right,
just
they're
taking
like,
the
"We'll
government
teach-
money,
we'll-"
not teaching anybody,
Yeah.
letting you guys teach each other,
Right.
giving you a little
They
certificate.
would quiz us like every 6 weeks on shit that nobody ever explained,
Yeah.
whatnot, like fractions, like all like, because there's math and machining, like,
Right,
because
yeah.
it was manufacturing that I went for, but it's mostly centered around welding. But they had like an old fucking machinist machine in there, like the fucking crank shit and everything.
Yeah.
Never touched it.
No
Never
shit,
touched
yeah.
it once in there.
That's
nobody
wild, dude.
touched it. So it was just welding. They had a TIG welder. Nobody ever touched that. Everybody just did stick and MIG,
Yeah.
and that was it. You know, there'd be like one kid every like fucking maybe 2 kids the whole time I was there. I was there for 9 months. Went in there and learned how to actually TIG weld.
No
And TIG
shit.
weld's the big money.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like a lot of people can pick up MIG welding because it's the gun. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
if you can draw straight,
Yeah.
or you can draw squiggly really
Exactly.
good, then you can lay down decent beads or
Yeah.
you know, standard shit.
Yeah, I've done some stupid shit. I've done like rocker panels and like stupid shit.
What
on
with
a car.
stick or MIG?
MIG welding.
MIG welding?
Yeah, I've laid a
I was
beat
really good
with
at stick.
but that's it.
I
Like,
was pretty decent at stick when I was
Yeah.
there.
I
And
thought you guys would be good with stick.
Yeah,
Dude,
we needed that comic relief right there too.
just so many kids would be like,
Speaking of
they'd
comic
be
relief.
sticking that shit and it would fucking like get stuck there and they'd be like, "Ah, God,
Oh, yeah.
sorry."
60-second kill Tony bet.
Hey, let's
Hey.
kill Tony, baby.
Hell yeah,
I got
buddy.
new jokes this week.
You got new jokes? Fuck yeah.
Yep. So
Let's get canceled right now.
you know, I used to date a lesbian, and you know,
All right, go ahead.
but I didn't know it at the time.
No?
No, but I should have known something was up. And every time we had sex, we'd scissor.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Kids, I feel like they're not really learning what's truly important in school. You know, kids should graduate high school with the basics. Basics like how to do tax evasion.
Yeah. Hell
It's
yeah.
a good one.
Things we can agree on. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I miss when life was, you know, much simpler. And, you know, now with all these dating apps, I feel like there's just way too many options. I miss back in the day when you just had a couple of options. Like your sister or your cousin. Now you got your stepsister, your step cousin,
Hell yeah. That's
Russell's mom.
that's the browser history. Russell's mom. Shout out, Mom. How are you?
Shout out, mom.
Sorry.
That was my 60.
Sorry.
She's not watching.
No.
No. Sorry, Mom.
But
Love you.
anything else we should know about Web3, sock puppet NFT? Is there what's the next step? Is there like a new thing going on?
Ruh-roh.
Oh,
What
it's
happened?
down.
Yeah, so we got Hamster Whiz that's coming out with Pet Rock Studios. That's the next game release that's coming. They got a collection that he's doing with that. And if you have a sock puppet, you're gonna get whitelisted for at least a single free mint. If you have a VIP, I believe it's 3. Yeah, man. Check us out. We got my X handle, BIGMANX 420. You can go check out Sock Puppets on X as well. Sock Puppets NFT. We're on Launch My NFT. Check us out, man. See what's going on. We do have a token allocation as well. Like, you know, so we're gonna have an in-game token basically, but it's gonna be fungible. So you're gonna be able to send it out for more Solana. You could trade it for Solana or trade it for a USD value of some sort eventually. So we're building on that. We're building with the games first, and this first collection, we're going to start building on the second things. I have my own website, bigmansportal.com. We're going to throw some stuff over there, and
Hell
check
yeah,
it out,
man.
man. Appreciate
Now,
you for having me too, Dill.
Hey, we're not
No,
quite
no,
done yet.
we're good,
So
we're
we
good.
like to finish out with
Just-
a would you rather. If we could think of anything, we don't plan this at all. So
I'll bet. No,
we've been
that's
thinking of some
awesome.
crazy crap. I think last week we had would you rather
I got
suck
somebody to
glyphosate straight from the nozzle or kitten milk straight from the nip.
What was it?
So would you rather
Yep.
suck glyphosate, Roundup, pesticides
Okay.
straight from the nozzle? Let's
Yeah.
say like a cup worth.
Yeah.
Or a cup worth of kitten milk straight from the nipple.
That's a tough one. So if like I could drink the Roundup and nobody else knew about me drinking the Roundup, I'd probably go with that one because then I'll get the stuff and then I'll be, in the lawsuit and I'll be able to get some money from the Roundup.
That's smart. I picked the
But-
kitten milk like an idiot.
I would honestly, physically, I'd probably rather have the kitten milk, but my pocket could use some of that dough from the Roundup lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy what that shit does to your body, man.
That's crazy. You'd risk dying. You really are a soldier.
Yeah, dude. No, I think it's the epigenetics on me, dude. I think I'm all
For your
right.
service, sir. That's just crazy.
I'm the pussy. I fucking
think I'd
picked
be
the
right.
cat.
Would you rather
Yeah.
have a finger for a dick or dicks for fingers?
Ooh.
Well, this really depends on the person, right? Because like, if your dick is smaller than a finger, this could actually be a come up.
It could be, right? Yeah, exactly.
And then we're like, whose finger are we talking about? Is this like Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Oh, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I know. My biggest thing was like, how big is the finger, right? Like, what size finger am I gonna have for a dick? And then, does it bend still? Is it an appendage?
Yeah.
Like, can I move it around? Because that's.
What if you
that's-
get those little things on the side of your nail that
Yeah.
kind of poke up?
Oh my god,
What are
dude.
those called? Cuticles?
Yeah, your cuticles.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
like-
never
you
do
can
dicks
never
with
file it
fingers.
just
You could never-
right,
You
and
could
then
never hug anybody. You could never fucking.
Yeah.
You could never hold somebody's hand. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't fucking go to the DMV and write something down. You know what I'm saying? It's,
That's crazy. And then what kind of girl would want to be with
What, finger dick?
finger dick Dillin?
Wait, what part of it? The dick for a finger or the fucking dick hand?
What?
Dick fingers?
Yeah, if, dick.
Did you
fingers.
guys even think about the dick fingers?
Well,
little
I
bit.
guess not. So dick fingers. That would be very sensitive. Like I wouldn't really want to pick up anything.
Yeah. But then you don't have a dick. You guys want to walk around forever without a dick?
Wait,
I know that's kind of what I was getting at, right? Like,
I
got a
think
big-
I might go with the
hold on.
dick
Who
fingers.
said, who said you gotta lose the dick? All you said was dick for fingers.
Oh
No,
no.
no.
Would you rather have a finger for your dick, or dicks for fingers?
But then what about if I chose dicks for fingers? I have to opt out of not having a dick on my.
Oh, maybe not. I
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
That's a valid question, actually.
Then I
That's
get-
what I'm saying. That's where I
Yeah.
got
And then I
confused
could
too.
just
Yeah.
get a finger transplant, much easier than a dick transplant.
Oh, that's true too.
And
I
then
mean,
I'd be able to give 5 good dicks to kids and people in need.
Wait, hey, you might want to cut that one out.
yeah, he said kids, people in need,
The
people.
doctor would be giving it to them. I
You'd
would
be able to
donating
give
to
5.
Fatima.
You'd be able to.
Yeah.
You'd be able to help 10 trainees.
Oh,
Yes, dude.
I'll take all 5.
Trans ops, dude.
Take
You're gonna
all
help out with the trans ops. You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy.
My doctor's just.
You'd be doing a service. You'd be doing a service to the LGBTQ community.
I don't think that's how you're gonna get them off.
Yeah.
Oh
shit, dude.
5 more
Yes.
minutes of this.
For the
gonna
dicks for
call the cops.
fingers. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wild, dude.
Yeah, I think I did dick for fingers.
Yeah, because you know what? I would keep them and then be like, I'm disabled now.
Oh,
Yeah, collect
I
disability.
want that disability check.
All right,
fellas.
so that's the moral of this show is like if you can get free money, get free money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
right answer.
That's the right answer. We give you nothing, and hopefully money comes from
We
it.
should be teaching kids tax evasion.
Yes.
How to work under the table while collecting unemployment.
How to put somebody else's name on your bill?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? For like
Oh
your
my
apartment,
God.
yeah, it's under somebody else's name. So
I was talking to somebody. You should be able to work under other people's names while you
Dude,
collect.
that would be awesome. That'd be cool. Imagine if I could use your social security number, or we
Yeah.
could share credit scores.
If I was just doing nothing,
All right, well, expect an audit.
yeah.
Dude, if we could share credit scores, now that would be something. That'd be pretty cool.
We
Well,
could pool our credit scores
wouldn't
together.
Together, that's what I'm saying.
long.
So like my 400 plus your 500 would equal 9. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
It
we'll
would
be able to get a loan for anything.
yeah.
401, according to FICO.
yeah. Yep. Shit, dude.
What
Gotta
you got?
love
Any
it.
other good one? That was the best one so far.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you missing a topic, by the way?
We've
Fuentes.
I don't give a shit.
We skipped a few because I haven't really vetted these topics. Rob Schneider's been trending. I could talk about him. I'm glad he's in.
What the fuck was Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry? Did we talk about that?
No, supposedly they're dating, but nothing's confirmed. So Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada,
You say they
The
should
son of Fidel
take a moon
Castro.
trip and not come back?
I think that they should. Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly it. Stealing my jokes over here, this guy. Get him.
I said you. I said you said, right? All right, you'll hear it. You'll hear it.
Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry are dating, rumors speculate, but I think this is actually great news because if Katy Perry goes back to the moon, she could bring Justin with them and stay there.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah,
New
see,
stand up.
They could
I killed
become
that
they could
joke.
become real astronauts.
I'm so
For
glad
real
you
this
said
time.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you should just read off all the topics we didn't cover for that clickbait.
Because
we mentioned it.
Chattanooga flooding. What's new? Air Canada strike.
Not happening.
Strike them.
Good luck. 6 helicopters versus
strike 'em with the-
5,000.
6 helicopters.
What do they got? Like 65?
I
I think they
got
got.
a drone that could take down their whole air force. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dude, that one Ukraine strike would just cripple that whole country. That one that they did in Russia. The one where they blew up the planes and shit.
One episode from South Park could cripple that country.
For real. It does. Every time. Every time.
Rob Schneider, he's in the new Adam Sandler Happy. Am I saying it? Happy Madison?
Yeah, it's Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Number two.
Happy Gilmore
And
too.
so that's actually controversial because he is the media says he's like a conservative, but really he's
Yeah, who gives a
he's
shit?
like
Why
Kennedy.
can't
He's
like
an anti-vax. He's pro safe vaccines, and so the whole thing is like, you can't have him in your movies, Adam Sandler. And Adam Sandler's like,
go fuck yourself? I
here's
had
a
him in
dick
every
finger
movie.
to you. I'm gonna have
Here's
my
a dick
guy.
finger.
Here's 5 dick fingers.
Yeah.
We're friends. We've always been friends. That's never gonna stop. He's gonna be in every movie that I'm ever gonna do.
Exactly.
And
I wouldn't
tough,
be
you know what I
surprised
mean? Like,
now.
it's kind of
I wouldn't
how
be
it
su-
goes.
Which is great because Adam Sandler actually got an anti-vaxxer, a pro-safe vaxxer into a mainstream movie.
Yeah, no,
which
that
only
is
Adam
really
Sandler, I
valid.
guess, could have done that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He's from Boston, right?
Yeah, who's that really funny guy from Jim Carrey? So he came out with some views, and now you don't see him anywhere.
Yeah.
So Jim Carrey's a tough one too because like Jim Carrey, like he kind of went off the deep end too. Not really, but like he got woke. You know what I mean? And by
Yeah.
doing that, like nobody, he just goes to the Oscars and the Grammys and shit, and like says all kinds of the most outrageous shit that they know he knows, and they don't want it out there.
Yeah, I haven't really studied up on him since, but
It's
typically
sad,
with these
it's
people,
sad
they
too
just get shadow
because
banned.
Jim Carrey is really funny too.
Yeah.
Like he was like staple for the childhood and shit, and it's like I don't know. I feel they say a lot of people that are very funny and comedic and shit, like they're really depressed. A lot of them.
Robin
So-
Williams.
Robin Williams. What's the other one? Very famous. Louis
Louis C.K.
Louis
I
C.K.
think he's depressed. He can't get
Comics.
any more.
Other comics have said that he's very depressed, or that his bits are very depressing. But
The women that seen his bits say that about him. This is
Oh, no.
crazy. That was one time.
that was one time.
I wish they would just look at my bits.
Hey, did you know he
What's
has a
up?
finger as a dick?
Yeah.
Did you know that he has a finger?
He chose it. Plan
He
B.
chose it.
That's Schneider. YouTube AI aid verification. We talked about this a few episodes
Oh yeah,
back.
the COSA bill.
Yeah, so I guess it's up and it's trending again, and people are, I guess,
Are they gonna do it?
I don't know.
What's
Just-
the
I hope
topic?
not.
I read a headline.
They're talking about Oh man, we said we were gonna go research it, and then we never did.
That's something we're great at. Welcome to the SUPWITH
But,
Podcast.
What's the topic?
They want to do basically like censorship. They want to do age verification
to get onto YouTube.
to get onto the internet.
Okay.
They want like because it's starting off with YouTube, but they're trying to apply it to most things on the internet, like everything on the internet.
Yeah.
You have to your internet search, your YouTube account, all that stuff will all be tied to your ID.
So they're gonna have a KYC process,
Well-
like a know your customer. You have to submit your ID.
You have to submit your ID.
Yeah.
Well, so they haven't come out right and said it that way, but how else would you enforce it?
Opens the door for it.
So you use an IP and you use a general consensus based off of the addresses. So you would take the United States would do a consensus. They'd send something out to your house or whatever. You all know how that works too, though. It's not very good. And then you'd fill out that consensus. It would be how many people you have in your house, what their ages are, do you collect food stamps, all this other shit, basic personal information. And then based off of that, they will determine that and your IP address.
So then everybody in that house is restricted down to the youngest.
No, so they would just be able to track what age groups are in your home. So they would be able to sense an outlier. So if like they knew that you didn't have an 18-year-old in your house, that you know what I mean, and somebody put 18.
But you are over the age of 18.
Right, but
like,
you would put your age, you'd put your date of birth there instead. Okay. You know what I mean?
So
whereas a
but
child
you don't
might
think
not.
It would ever get tied to a license, or they would?
It could. It absolutely could. That's what I was asking actually, is because like if they go that route, that's kind of scary, but it's not.
The other question I was going to ask too is like, what happens to like NordVPN and things like that, where they specifically do their whole company is based around.
It would be your internet provider that stops you. So like, let's say you have Verizon or Cox Communications or whatever. It would be their job when you clicked on your internet browser to prompt you to a page first that in order to give you domain access, which through your Ethernet cable, you would have to click a verification right there. Now that could be many different things. Whatever that verification is, I don't know necessarily, but the internet provider would be responsible for that. Not
so, but like what would they need? Like, is it gonna be like? Remember when we were kids? It would be like it would be like
capture,
9 pictures, right? And be like do all the pictures with a
fire hydrant or whatever.
Fire hydrant or something.
That's a captcha. Yep. So in theory, for something like that, they probably would escalate it to the level of a KYC, but really the internet provider is going to have the information that they need. So like when you go file for your bill, they have your street address, they have your name or whoever's name is in the bill, and they have that information right there. So they're going to just like authorize you when you click that button. So it's going to be up to them and the new law to determine how it gets picked.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But all right, so I guess like, how do they know if it's me searching it or a kid in the house searching it?
Yeah, so that's where the ID would come in. And then what would happen is most likely you would just be responsible for all children in your home. So they would put responsibility on the homeowner and or
so it'd
the
be
parents.
Like it would be against the law for my kid to watch like an R-rated movie or watch a YouTube channel that wasn't
I don't think
age appropriate.
I think if your kid started searching up, how to assassinate
somebody. But they already have shit in place. Like, don't they already have stuff in place? Like, if you can't just go on the computer and start looking up fucking like how to make a bomb and shit.
Yeah, you could.
Well, you can, but don't they?
Yeah, I mean, in theory, Big Brother has a flag system, but you know how many people a day like Google
do that anyways. They find ways around that.
Yeah, so that list is just so long, it doesn't even matter. If you really want to go figure out how to make a bomb, you're going to look up other things. You're going to look up fireworks. You're going to look up like how to make
Not that anybody here wants to make a bomb.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. You're going to look up the things that you need to know to make a bomb, not how to look up a bomb, And so it's tough.
Say it 3 more times for the algorithm.
Yeah.
This is all hypothetical. This is all hypothetical.
Shit. No, it's crazy though, man. The way you're right though, some of that works. Like
that was.
I don't think it's a law. I think it's a policy shift.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's actually going to be like legislation. It's going to be policy. So it's going to be Google's policy, so that Google can't be held accountable for that shit. So you would be, or the internet provider would be held accountable for it versus Google.
But then don't you think that leads to like, well, Verizon is not going to let you go on YouTube because there could be potential.
It could.
And that's what's scary about it.
Yeah, no, it absolutely could. And this comes to the centralization of shit. So it's kind of segue back through real quick. That's the importance of decentralization. So if me, you, and everybody else who's part of the system owns a piece of the system and actually physically controls a piece of the system with our hardware, then we're just as important as the next guy, So they couldn't do that. We would all have to agree and vote on it with buying power. And then if the vote passed, then yes.
So it'd be like a new internet provider comes up and says, we're open to everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, it's capitalism.
Starlink.
So like,
Starlink.
Yeah, realistically, honestly. So the two ways that we can really do that is one, a big LAN connection. We all, LAN parties like back in the day used to plug a bunch of Xboxes
yeah.
in each other.
I know.
Same deal. We could do that. We could ride on the infrastructure that's already here, and we just buy the Ethernet cables, and we all plug in our own computers together. Now we can all go on Facebook or our own apps and talk to each other on our own apps, and nobody else can touch us. But that's not very practical. So the other way to do it is satellites. Now you can go global. Now you can fucking go absolutely anywhere. You just have to be able to use satellites, and that's what Starlink does. Starlink's got like fucking 33 satellites that just come over Rhode Island. You know what I mean? Probably more than that or something like that. But I counted 33 of them one night. Like literally, it was boom, boom.
Oh
boom,
shit!
boom,
Really?
Boom, boom, boom.
They're
Yeah,
just-
they look like fucking a belt of stars, bro. Just going.
Oh yeah.
But they
Damn.
move quick. Like, and we got Starlink Mobile too, so you can throw it in the car and fucking take it with you, go places and shit. It's pretty cool, man.
Just driving around in a microwave real quick.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing too about like waves and stuff. Like your microwave isn't as dangerous as you think it is, but 5G is way more dangerous than your microwave.
Yeah,
Like
I've heard.
it's the length of that wave that really determines what particles in your body are gonna get hit.
What was it? They did like a study where they had like a plant in one room and
Yeah.
the plant next to like a router or something. That fucking plant died.
Yeah, it wouldn't grow. The one next to the router just couldn't grow at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is true. They make these things called EMF pendants that it's a volcanic rock, and it basically has like 420,000 negative electrons attached to it. So it stops and it disrupts all of the wavelengths around you, and it won't fuck up your computer and stuff like that, but it'll stop the background radiation around you. And like people who wear them are known to have like better blood circulation, better resting sleep rates and stuff, like all kinds of shit. It's pretty
I've
cool.
seen these things.
Crazy.
Actually,
Our-
my phone case has I don't know how great these are, but there's a shield in here that blocks out the radiation.
Oh,
But
yeah,
only
an
on one
EMF
side. You
pendant.
don't want to encapsulate the phone because then it becomes like a fucking
Yeah,
bomb.
yeah.
So I just do the protective size toward the body when I put it in my
Yeah,
back
yeah.
pocket.
No, most definitely. And it's nuts too because like cellular devices in particular don't really produce as much like negative radiation as you would think, but it's more about exposure rate. So it's how long you're exposed to it for. So holding my phone in front of my face, consistently is exposing me to more and more radiation. And then the longer I do that, the worse I'm going to feel. And the likelihood of, because it's literally sending like a little particle in a wave and it goes boop. And when it hits you, right, sometimes it hits an atom inside of your body. And depending on what atom in your body it hits, it could be fucking something really crucial. You could lose a piece of your heart. You could lose a piece of your brain. Like a little tiny atom piece, dude. But you lost genetic makeup now. So now
Right.
you're
Which can be
fucked.
replaced, I guess, through cellular biology. But if you're in front of your phone for 20 hours in a row,
Yeah, exactly,
you
right.
don't really
Like,
have time to
to do
regenerate.
all that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And like they can even like there's cosmic radiation as well. And cosmic radiation can flip a 0 to a 1 on your computer and crash shit. It's very, 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 very unlikely. But there was a glitch in Mario N64 where this had happened to somebody while he was playing the game. And he tried to replicate it over and over and over again. And the only way they could do it was literally by going into the binary code of the game and changing a 1 to a 0. And then he was able to go pass through like this little gate. You could look it up and stuff. It's pretty crazy shit. Cosmic
Okay.
radiation's real though.
That's what you take a gamer that's just so pissed off about somebody shutting off his game. He's like, I will not stop until I find out what happened to my
did
game.
this.
dude.
Fucking 15 years.
That's
in
literally
physics
what
school.
happened too, dude. He was like,
It was solar radiation.
solar radiation.
It was my mom. Fucking knew it.
Oh, man.
Oh shit. So is that it for topics?
That's about it, dude. All later.
All later. All right. We're gonna peace out. All
All
later.
later.
All later.